सो हेलो गाइस, कैसे हो आप सब लोग। आई होप आप सब लोग ठीक हो गए। एंड वेलकम टू माय न्यू व्लॉग। तो गाइस आज मैं कुछ ज़्यादा ही एक्साइटेड हूँ और ये बात सुन के आप भी बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटेड हो जाओगे क्योंकि आज हमारे LPU में आ रही हैं बहुत ही ज़्यादा स्पिरिचुअल एंड मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर मिस जयाकिशोरी मैम। और वो भजन वगैरह भी करती हैं और 𝗪𝗪 शो में भी आ चुकी हैं। आप सब लोग जानते होंगे और मुझे पता है आप लोग जानते हो। और उनके यूट्यूब पे 2 मिलियन से ज़्यादा सब्सक्राइबर है और एक और उनका चैनल है जिनके 9 लाख तक सब्सक्राइबर है और वो शांति देवी मित्तर ऑडिटोरियम में आ रही हैं। मैं बहुत ज़्यादा खुश हूँ और मैं अपनी क्लासेस छोड़ने को भी तैयार हूँ क्योंकि इतनी बड़ी बड़ी हस्ती को देखने का मौका मिलता है तो वो मौका मैं क्यों छोड़ूं। और थैंक्स टू LPU हम लोग को इतना सब कुछ अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ देने के लिए। सो गाइज अभी पता चल रहा है कि शायद पोस्टपोन्ड हो गया है और शायद जयाकिशोरी मैम नहीं आ पाएंगी। शायद मतलब पता नहीं इनके एंड से प्रॉब्लम है कि मैम की तरफ से प्रॉब्लम है कि अभी तक पोस्टपोन्ड हो गया है। मेरा मूड खराब हो गया भाई और आप लोग का भी मूड खराब हो गया होगा। मैं रुका हूँ यहाँ पर 1 बजे तक, फिर 1 बजे तक मेरी क्लास हो जाएगी, मैं चला जाऊँगा क्लास के लिए। ठीक है, अगर होता है तो मैं चलूँगा, नहीं होता है तो कोई बात ही नहीं। ठीक है, देखते हैं क्या है क्या सीन है। ठीक है, देखो सब लोग खड़े हुए हैं बाहर ही। तो गाइस फाइनली पता चल गया है कि कैंसिल हो गया है। अब पता नहीं आज तो नहीं आएंगी, अब देखो कब आती हैं, कल या परसों जब भी अब अनाउंस हो जाएगा। लेकिन आज नहीं आ रही, आज कैंसिल हो गया। ठीक है, बाकी एक और इवेंट है वहाँ भी चलते हैं, आपको दिखाते हैं। सरप्राइज़ है, मालूम बेकार नहीं होगा ब्लॉग में मज़ा आएगा काफ़ी। ठीक है, तो गाइस अब मेरी क्लास पूरी ओवर हो गई है और 4:30 बज गए। मैंने खाना वगैरह भी खा लिया है। तो अब हम लोग चलते हैं, जो सरप्राइज़ मैंने बताया था आपको वहीं चलते हैं और वहीं पर आपको बताते हैं क्या सरप्राइज़ है। ठीक है, लेकिन दूसरे ऑडिटोरियम में कोई आ रहा है। तो गाइस आज आने वाले हैं हमारे LPU में फाउंडर ऑफ TBH सर्कल विक्रम कुकरेजा, जो कि TEDx स्पीकर भी हैं और तो वो आने वाले हैं। तो अभी हम लोग चलते हैं, यहाँ पर दिखाते हैं। ठीक है,
No, sir.
How are you? Fine, sir. How are you guys?
फाइन सर।
How are you guys?
फाइन सर।
How are you guys? जोर से. How are you guys?
बहुत बढ़िया।
ठीक है.
मजा आ गया।
So we keep on talking about public speaking कितना सादा ना. Everybody एक LinkedIn का पोस्ट आया था कुछ दिन पहले and it said public speaker उसका headline. What do you mean by public speaker? And why would you even say that someone is a public speaker? Because he speaks in public? No, sir.
Just who open their heart out.
Who opens their heart out? It could be a doctor then.
Just like writing their heart out, speaking like this.
Okay. Who is a public speaker? Anyone around? Who is a public speaker?
Sir.
Go ahead. Huh?
Yeah.
Who? Yeah.
You are asking about who is.
Who is a public speaker?
Okay.
Public speaker होता कौन है?
The one who
Lady at the back. Huh? Someone? Someone who does in the front.
So it is more of sharing of the ideas and expressing them and conveying them to the other person.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else?
Sir, exchange of each other's views or each other's emotions.
Each other's views or each other's emotions.
So communication actually means the understandability of the receiver, what the speaker wants to say. It's a bit different than just transmitting our thoughts. I can transmit anything in any language. You might not understand it, but if I want to communicate with you, I have to make you understand my thoughts. That's what communication means.
Thank you. I'll summarize this for you in just 3 small structures or 3 bullet points rather, which you cannot see anywhere around, especially not on me or not on my face. That communication, irrespective of your language, you speak Tamil, English, Marathi, Punjabi, Bengali, Turkish, German, French, Italian, irrespective, is what you speak, how you speak, and when you speak. आप क्या बोलते हो, कब बोलते हो और कैसे बोलते हो। मैं आपसे बोलूं ओए, ओए, दोनों में सिमिलैरिटी है, लैंग्वेज वही है, बट प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या है, दोनों में कैसे बोल रहे हो, क्या बोल रहे हो और उसको कब यूज कर रहे हो, when are you using this across, makes a lot of difference, and that is what communication is all about. What you speak, when you speak, and how would you speak that? ठीक है, before we go any further, I have actually a very interesting story to share. Just a couple of months back, I was at a interview panel, and we were interviewing. Anybody knows EY? Ernst & Young? EY? Huh? You scare me off. EY? Ernst & Young?
No.
Sure. Oh, sad all of you, yeah? Huh? Ernst & Young, one of the biggest top 100 Fortune companies में से है. EY. ठीक है. EY के panel interview में बैठा हुआ था, and this lady wearing a beautiful blue saree, she walks into the interview panel, and table ऐसे लगी हुई है probably, and it has about 100 meters का distance, let's say. 100 नहीं होगा तो 30-40 meters, quite a distance to walk actually, 15-20 steps. And this lady walks, hug, 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 tug, 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 bang, giving. Heels पहने हुए थे, heels टूटे, thug, and she fell down. Literally, she fell down. And her sari got little unwrapped from the corner, and her heel broke off. What do you think next happened? Anyone?
आपने जाके उठाया हुआ वो वापस उड़ गई और क्या हुआ?
Nobody help. कोई हेल्प नहीं कर रहा है. पैनल पे 4 इंटरव्यूअर्स बैठे हैं. वो लेडी वहां बेचारी गिर गई है. What do you think happened next? हाँ? She put up and she stood up and started walking. She stood up what? Dusted. Okay. And was she selected in the interview?
Maybe not.
How many of you say yes, she would have been selected in interview?
It would depend on how she.
We'll talk about that later. How many of you think yes?
वुमेन थी
Neutral नहीं है, yes or no?
selected.
Cheating? Exam थोड़ी कर रहा है LPU में. Yes? Okay. A no. A no, raise your hand. She was not selected. Okay. No, she was not selected. I'll tell you why also. How many you think she was not selected? Okay, fair enough, I think. Equal number. डर क्यों आधा आधा हाथ क्यों आधा आधा? ठीक है.
Maybe.
Do you want to know further what happened?
Yes, sir.
How many of you?
Yeah.
Some. And she stood up, actually. When she stood up, she wrapped her sari back, put her heels on the corner, started walking again. Tuck, 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 tuck. And she landed up on the chair. And the first question, just beside me, a lady sitting, interviewing, her name is Lara. And she says, "Oh, I think that was very clumsy." Ah. And I was like so astonished. What is she even saying? Why would she even do that? And 2 minutes बाद वहाँ से reply आता है. And I feel that she would almost cry. ऐसा अभी रोई और अभी रोई. But fortunately she says, "Ma'am, no, I don't think so. This was clumsy. This was super sexy." And वहाँ पे सब ऐसे. ये क्या बोला इसने? What do you think? Was she selected now?
Yes, sir.
Bang! She was selected. And why do I say this very proudly? While I was also interviewing, fortunately, she's also one of my ex-students who got mentored with me. And very proud to say that. Her name is Pratishtha Kiran. Go Google her on LinkedIn. Must, एकदम सबसे sexy interview था वो मेरी life का. And this was just like last year. The best part about this is not I want to tell you about interview, but about the whole scenario. Did you see how you guys were more engaged? You all wanted to know about what happened next. And this is what speakers or good speakers do to their audience is they engage them. बहुत क्रैप है मार्केट में, हम उसको भी आज ब्रेक डाउन कर देंगे. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल जाके शीशे के सामने जाके प्रैक्टिस करो. किसने सुना आज तक? This is what I like. है ना? Most of you heard this. That go stand in front of the mirror, have a piece of paper in front of you and go speak. You would do nothing to yourself. You'll just cram things. किस-किस को यहाँ पे stress की problem रहती है before they speak? Actually किस-किस को नहीं रहती है? Check it. Who are never stressed before they want to speak? Are good public speakers, confident people. I was hearing some words around. Come to me, I'll make sure that you're nervous. You're liars. पता है? You're liars. You get nervous, but you don't tell people. Abhi Ayush and we were talking in the car, and he was like, "Sir, how excited you are?" मैंने कहा 100% यार. कहता सर nervous हो? मैंने कहा why not? There's always an iota of nervousness in everybody, and if you're not, then I think you're a very thin line difference between confidence and overconfidence. Music की जल्दी है थोड़ी सी. And this is what people say मैं confidence gain करूँगा by reading a piece of paper. Every day in front of the mirror I'll read this paper और मैं confident जाऊँगा. मैं तो आप अपने आप को बेवकूफ बना रहे हो और अगले 6, 8, 10 साल बनाते रहोगे. क्योंकि एक पेपर को रीड करने से मिरर में आपको दो चीजें जरूर मिलेंगी. कॉन्फिडेंस जरूर मिलेगा उस पैराग्राफ को पढ़ने का. You'll be very confident because you'll cram it. क्या करोगे? रट लोगे ना? You'll ratify it. You'll cram it. No? Would you or would you not? You read it 10, 20 times, you'll cram it. And if you call that confidence, it's shit. Does nothing to you. Rather than speaking in front of a mirror, you go, convert this entire passage, condense karo usko spirit ki tarah. When you drink, you have spirits and it's condensed. You condense this into 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And that condensed 3 points is actually you need to build everything you know. You have understood on that one piece of paper into 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And then you explain that. As simple as that. ये game होनी चाहिए. That you need to understand what you need to deliver. You need to imagine how would you deliver it, what would you do, how would you say, because it's all about what you say, how you say, and
when you say.
And
when you say.
When you say. Correct. ये 3 points बड़े जरूरी हैं. Communication is all about this. Never, before we begin further and we talk about थोड़ा सा stress management and how to actually overcome that confidence part and build up a better confidence, 2 points to take away from this much. 1, make sure you do not cram things. The more you start cramming your speeches, your debates, your declamations, or in fact, जब आप छोटी सी एक 5 लोगों की पार्टी में जाते हैं and you are speaking to 5 friends, are you having a script to read? Okay, बड़ी एक interesting story और सुनाता हूँ. So a couple of months back, a guy called me, tring, 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 and I picked up. And I was sitting with my parents and I pick up the call and say, hello, and this guy is, hi, sir, my name is Raj, I am calling from Microsoft. And I'm like, और वो बोलता जा रहा है, मैं क्या हो रहा है? What is happening? तो मैंने कहा राज, रुक भाई, रुक. कहता है yes sir. मैंने कहा राज, you're reading a script? कहता है yes sir. And सरप्राइज मैं उसके साथ ये कर रहा था भरी दोपहर में 2 बजे के करीब. I was doing this with him. And मैंने कहा राज, are you reading a script? And he says yes. मैंने कहा राज, you're a bad sales guy. And I say, Raj, you need to stop reading a script. And he's listening very carefully. Raj, if you read a script, you would not convert 1 client out of these cold callings. And he's still listening very carefully. And then I say, Raj, if you give me an opportunity, I can train your entire staff. That guy is calling you to sell me a product. I am in exchange selling him 1 more product. The fun part, I was making a business out of it. And this sales call, I could not desperately record it, neither I would have shown you how fun was it. And this guy says, yes sir. मैं राज, तुम्हारे को company कौन सी है तेरी? Which company are you calling from, bro? And he says, sir, मेरे को ना company की policy, I cannot disclose this. मैंने कहा तू बता, तेरे को पता है तेरे को sales सीखने की कितनी need है? He says, yes sir. मैंने कहा, do you think you are confident enough to sell your product? No sir. मैंने कंपनी बता. And that guy did not tell me the company. Neither. Trust me, I speak this on social media, record it, put it on YouTube, wherever you like. I can guarantee I could have taught that bugger better sales than he was doing it. He is reading a piece of paper, and that is shit. Or he has crammed that paper in real life case scenario and did nothing to him. He could. I can guarantee you, if you have made 100 calls now, out of 100, I am sure he must have only converted 1 or 2. That too, if he is very lucky. उसने कुछ नहीं business बनाया होगा. And he is wasting his time, his company's money, his company's efforts. Imagine public speaking can do this to you. If you learn it, if you are a better speaker, you can convert better people. You can have better business. If you want to be an entrepreneur tomorrow, you can sell your product. If you want to have a sales team, you can train them. If you want to put up an online program, you can do that. It can change your freaking life. जिंदगी बदल सकती है. सबसे दुनिया की अंडर एस्टिमेटेड स्किल पता है क्या है? Sleeping. Actually, speaking. नहीं, it's not speaking. It's actually sales. Would you agree?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I'll tell you how. It can be used in human resource. It can be used in sales and marketing. It can be used in digital marketing. It can be used in finance. It can be used in whichever department you can think of. And if you tell me ki Vikram, I disagree. If you disagree, raise your hand. I'll prove you how it can be used. Who would say sales is not a skill to be used in HR? Raise your hand. Would you agree? How many say yes? Rest of you say no. So raise ki nahi kar raha hai. Actually, HR needs every time you to sell the organization. If you are a computer science student, tomorrow you will have to sell your product. You have to convince your boss that what I have developed is the right product. And he would not be able to. And he will say, I think you need to solve these bugs. और वो जाएगा वापस बैठेगा, यार मैंने तो इतना अच्छा प्रोडक्ट बनाया था, कुछ नहीं हुआ लगा. And this is what happens. So sales, confidence, stress management. एक बड़ी अच्छी exercise है. We might do it in the middle of the entire conversation, and I'll tell you 2 to 3 steps. 3 steps actually you can practically do before you go to the stage. You'll have better confidence. Second, you'll have zero anxiety issues. Anybody has anxiety issues? Damn, मजा आ गया. 4-5 नहीं है, ठीक है. More. बगल वाले को भी है, तुम्हें नहीं है. बगल वाले के बगल वाले को भी है. Question हम ना जब कॉलेज में होते थे, स्कूल में होते थे, we didn't never raise our hands. You know why? We thought the guy sitting next to her is smarter, and he's actually dumb than you are. He does not know, and he will miss if you do not ask. So while you ask, you will do good to 5 people. Imagine, that's good. Okay, can we have music? So you need to listen to this music and then we'll talk about it. What is she doing? And a second mother with her small girl child came and उसने अपनी mom को देखा. She looked to her and he left her mom's hand and she like went towards the toddler who was dancing. And they started dancing both together. And that is what I call confidence. Overconfidence or confidence में इतना सा thin line difference. You walk here, you're overconfident. You walk here, you're underconfident. You know how? So I asked somebody that do you know how to swim? And he said yes. And can you swim in a river? He said, oh, तेरा भाई दिल्ली से है, अभी करके दिखाएगा. देख जाएगा, नदी तैरेगा, वापस भी आएगा, वापस भी जाएगा. Over confidence, है ना? भाई क्या हो गया? नहीं आता है, नहीं करा कभी रिवर में, पर करूँगा, कर सकता हूँ. Attitude. एक से पूछा दूसरे से, मैंने कहा dude, do you think you can swim? And he said, yes, I think, but I'm not sure I ever swam in a river. I could try, but let's see. Confident enough that I can swim, but I don't know what would happen. Overconfidence and confidence. So it's a very thin line difference. You walk here, you're overconfident. You walk here, you're underconfident. True? Grace, credibility and resonance. That is something that works all around your public speaking skills. Grace. I've seen most of the people, will talk about body language also in it a bit. I've seen a lot of people do this. They'll speak one word, hump here. They'll speak second word. So this is what I call as hip thrusters. Huh? Gym jate ho? Hip thrusters. But then people enjoy this. People look 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what are they doing. And this is what they do. Very unconscious behavior. Or they are using too much of hands. Every time they want to speak a word, they cannot stand still. They have to use their hands. You want to kill me? Dude, you're not actually in your right frame of mind right now. Or they'll do. What is happening? Chopping board? Nice. Or they'll do something like this. Forward and backward stepping. I don't know what is good with them and in their life that they enjoy doing this. And this is what the problem is. And kabhi rockstar ko dekha hai, guitar players, rock bands, they play like this. That's a very odd situation. So मैंने कहा soft ground hold करते हैं. What should your body language be while you're speaking to people? A soft, not ऐसा फैल के नहीं. You're not doing a split, but on the same hand side, a wide open leg, standing straight, strong, and your palms folding towards the people you're talking to. Why? I'll tell you. Palms are actually the most important thing in your entire body that will speak to people. If I start speaking to you like this, the most unsafe part in the entire world. मैं पीछे से चाकू निकाल के तुम्हें ब्रूटली मर्डर कर दूँ. And you say, Vikram, तुम अच्छे इंसान नहीं हो.
के वाली एक्टिंग
हो सकता है, probability है. But if I tell you that if your hands are right here, they're very safe. Okay, I'll show you a very important trend in women. When they sit and they feel, I do a lot of body language reading. I've been doing this from last 15 years. I've been interviewing people out of my corporate life. And when females are feeling unsafe, and females all here, I am sure you will agree or disagree, whatever you like. But I will show you very unconsciously females do something like this. You know what does this mean? Not interested dude. Or he is the most guy I have ever seen and I don't want to talk to this guy. So next time you are communicating with a female, you know when to stop. Okay? Next time you propose a crush of yours and you know, no, this is not it. I am not going to approach her. She's like, lame, jana hai. Why are you wasting my time? Body language, very important. A sincere body language is this. Thrust. ये पता नहीं क्या होता. People have a dancing step to it. And your body language is supposed to be like this. Standing still, hard, soft rock position. Hard rock क्या होगी? So you have a soft rock position. Okay? Next time. Second very interesting part to it, I'll tell you as we move further. Can we have actually the fourth slide? Communicate with their audience. People love that I speak, but is public speaking one way?
No.
Is it a one-way communication? No. It is a two-way communication. How many would you agree? It's a two-way communication. And actually I did it right away. And we have been doing it two-way communication since the time I stepped on the stage. Do you agree? Yes, sir. You have been talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Physically, mentally, the way you can. And that is where most of the speakers, I've seen CEOs, I've seen directors, I've seen HR directors, senior vice presidents, and whatnot. People cannot communicate. I've seen bad ad videos on YouTube every day. I would not, should I name a brand? Yes. Oh, pathetic. Pathetic. That guy comes on YouTube every day, he gives a big ad and he does not know how to communicate himself.
Ankur sir.
I don't know. No naming. No naming. And no naming and I don't know. But that brand is, I don't know, maybe that brand is very good, doing something very interesting. But that person presenting it is like a prick in my eye. And I'm like, dude, can you stop? You know why? Because one, his pronunciation is wrong. And I'm a pronunciation freak. Or let me call myself a Nazi into pronunciation. And second, I hate his body language, dude. He's like slouching around. Pata nahi kya hi kar raha hai wo insan. And he's a male, just for a reference. And you don't have to say Ankur Warikoo, I don't know. So you cannot just pull Ankur on this wrong way. And very bad. So body language plays a very critical role. That's all about grace, how you present. It's a very interesting quotation I remember from a lady. She is a social activist, poet, no more now with us. I tend to forget her name, and an African lady actually, raised and born in America. She said, people will forget what you say, but they will remember how you make them feel. But I know how you make people feel. अब कल किसी को ऐसे पकड़ के I want to make it. Not that feeling. The feeling of your words. We'll talk about it. So grace is all about body language. And let me tell you, a lot of people say, मैं interview में गया और I was very graceful, but I still could not crack that bloody interview. You know why? You were not graceful enough. And I can tell you, your presence on stage, in the room, starts in fact before people see you. No?
It starts in your mind.
Okay. If I come to the room and I am like,
Kim Jong-un.
and if I'm like, some energy, speaks it for itself. Your energy is the first thing which will resonate in the room, and that is what your grace is. Second is your body language, and third is what you speak. So, absolutely, people observe you with their eyes, CT scan, how you look, how you behave, what you wear, and this is how we might not say that we judge people, we actually do. Everyone, I do judge people. And I have an amazing story. I was giving my GMAT exam back in 2016 or 15, I think. And I went to a university called TU Munich back in Europe. And I remember while I was giving, I sat for a lot of interviews and exams in India as well. Names, ye, wo, pata nahi kya kya. And I got 2 call letters from best universities of India as well. One being ISB and one being NMS. While I was sitting for ISB, I remember there was a lot of, we were sitting in an auditorium kind of a thing. We had chairs and a round thing. And the people who were sitting at the back, just next to me, few of them had like a plain shirt, थोड़ा सा वो tarred था, yellow था, and I was assuming इसका थोड़ी होगा, ये कहाँ, and I was judging him. I was literally judging him. थोड़ी देर बाद नाम अनाउंस हो गया, and सबसे पहले उनके, मेरा नाम सबसे लास्ट में हुआ, but सबसे लास्ट में. But this is what happens. We judge people how and what they behave and look like. So the way you will dress up for your presentation and every day actually does matter. May not be to you, but to others who are in the room, to your interviewer especially. And the energy you spread in the room is very important. Very, very important. So we talk about grace. Can we have a second, please? Credibility. Not the credibility ki bhai main kaun hu, but the credibility on do we have a hold of things. This paper has been placed very strategically here by me. The most strategical thing in the room right now. And most of the people think if I'm saying something, I can have a paper in front of me and read. Do you think so? Doesn't work like that. That paper is actually very bad. I know this is blank. I know that is a blank. आधा कॉन्फिडेंस यहीं पता चल जाता है इंसान का. वो पेपर पकड़ता है ऐसे खेल रहा होता है वो पेपर. And you're like, underconfident people around you. As soon as you move out of this paper, you're done. So credibility बहुत जरूरी है आपकी लाइफ में. What you speak, how you speak, and when you speak. Let's talk about going forward. It's all a theater. Theater की बात है. How you actually present is all about theaters. How? I'll show you. Can we move forward? Move forward.
Battery low condition.
This is This is a very interesting horse face you will see right here. And your horse face, can you guess the cost of the horse face?
Unicorn. Very expensive.
Anyone can guess the horse face का cost? ये क्या है cost क्या है इसकी?
150 रुपया.
99 cents इसकी cost है. So there was a New York Times best-selling author, and this guy went on eBay. And he was like, thug, 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 thug. He typed something, bought this horse, bought 3 more products along with this. Worth rupees 99 cents and maximum like €1 and some cents. And he bought this and he called his 20 friends who were authors. And he says, tung, tung, hello, dude, I need your help. Can you build up some stories along with it? He went back on eBay, he posted them back with a nice storyline, and he sold them. Instructions follow नहीं करनी आती है. ठीक है, तो 99 cents का खरीदा. आगे चलो. $62 का उसने बेच दिया. He bought it for $1 approximately and sold it for $62. This horse face. Imagine. Just you know why? He had better stories to tell for this. How much money did he make in this entire process? Can you guess this?
$61.
Are you ready?
Nearly 62.
$8,000 in total. $8,000. He made $8,000 in this entire process. And this thing could actually make you win a better job out of campus.
$8,000 in rupees.
Worst case scenario. $8,000 is a lot of money. It's almost like 10 lakh rupees. And that too in just 1 hour. He did this. Just 1 hour. 10 calls, buying stuff on eBay, just 3 things, selling those 3 things across, and he made $8,000 in total. Just because the difference was when he bought it, it was a piece of thing. It was just a horse face. When he sold them, It was all stories. And this is a true study done by him. He did this study to just understand how can actually stories affect people. And there you go. People buy it more. Next. Have you ever watched a movie? Yes. What movie did you watch last?
Kukreja.
Pathaan. How did you feel when you came out of the movie?
Very bad.
Robust like Salman Khan? Yeah, lived like Shah Rukh Khan. Anybody watched James Bond 007? James Bond 007, anybody have watched? Wonderful. That movie is amazing. I'll tell you, I did 2 mistakes while I watched it. I bought myself a cutthroat razor, which I never use, still lying in my wardrobe. Second, I bought a very expensive perfume for myself. Cool. Actually, movies do one thing to you. They sell you emotions. They don't sell you stories. When you move out, and women out here must have seen, वो कौन सी movie थी? The girl was a pilot. Arcade pilot.
निर्जा.
गुंजन सक्सेना.
अच्छा गुंजन सक्सेना.
तो जब लड़कियां बाहर आई, सबने कहा मैं गुंजन सक्सेना बनना चाहता हूँ. जब लड़के जेम्स बॉन्ड देख के आते हैं तो they say यार I want to wear that watch, drive that car. I don't know what all. And this is what emotions do to you. They drastically change your life. They drastically affect you. They make you from A to B, from B to C, and C to D. It keeps on transforming you from one person to another. And this is a small little thing. Watch this brand video and tell me how do you feel. Can you play this?
तो गाइस काफ़ी अच्छा सेशन रहा विक्रम कुकरेजा सर के साथ. काफ़ी हमें बहुत कुछ सीखने को हमें मिला, जैसे कि बॉडी लैंग्वेज, ग्रेस और पब्लिक स्पीकिंग. बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला, जैसे आपने वीडियो में देखा ही देखा. बाकी आज का ब्लॉग हम यहीं पर एंड कर देते हैं. आई होप आपको मेरी वीडियो अच्छी लगी. अगर अच्छी लगी तो प्लीज़ लाइक करना, कमेंट करना, शेयर करना, सब्सक्राइब करना. आगे मैं और ऐसी वीडियो लाता रहूँगा, तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब टू माई चैनल. और जब भी सब्सक्राइब करो तो बेल आइकन और पे क्लिक कर लेना. जब भी मैं कोई वीडियो डालूँ तो आपके नोटिफिकेशन सबसे पहले मिलते हैं. फिर नेक्स्ट ब्लॉग में, तब तक के लिए बाय बाय.